First off, I know you guys see the shirt, rocking UBK Unbreakable Kicks Fire Tee. I absolutely love it. You guys can pick that up at Soul Premise, and not sponsored. I chose to support the man on my own. But as the title of this video talks about, when it comes to school, completing college, please do not feel forced to complete college in a certain time period unless your parents are paying for it, and that's a different story that we will talk about. It's your girl TJ back with another video. Talks with TJ, aka TJ Two Swoosh Chains, Two Swoosh Crew. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of College Talks with TJ series. I've ran this every Wednesday in the month of August. We'll see if there are enough topics that you guys want me to touch on more. We can maybe extend this a little bit further on, but we are talking just strictly about college related items, whether it be financial aid, understanding the additional cost of college. A lot of people tend to leave out. So that's what we will be focusing on today. Most importantly, the timeline to complete a degree. And I'm not talking about like a 2-year associate's degree, but the traditional 4-year bachelor's degree. If somebody says they have a bachelor's, you automatically think, hey, they went to school for 4 years. That's not always the case for everyone. You may find out yourself if you went to school, or if you're a student preparing to maybe go to school, you can very well switch majors, and some credits will not transfer over to that other degree program, so you may have to take on an extra few classes, which could mean an additional semester. So some people will think, oh, I went 4, or maybe I went 5. I don't think 5 is outside of the realm for people to go and continue school. If you choose to go further past your bachelor's, then yes, you will be in school longer. I pretty much fast-tracked through, did another 12 months, and got my master's. There are other programs students do where they may have to do, you know, an MBA can take a year, or if you choose to do like a doctor of physical therapy, you can actually fast track 3 years of undergrad, start your master's, and then complete your doctorate all in like a 6 to 7 year time period, depending on how ambitious you are and if your school offers that. But for the students that are paying for college themselves, this is who I am talking to directly. Please do not feel forced to complete college in such a rapid time frame that it really puts you far behind the 8 ball once you've graduated. And I say for students that are paying for themselves because there are some very intelligent students that are paying for school out of pocket, meaning they are utilizing free aid, which may be scholarships, grants, work-study programs, but they are also paying whatever that remaining balance is. They're paying that out of pocket, which means they may not be able to afford to complete school in 4 years, but who cares? If you're doing this out of pocket, 100% cash, you're walking up from your own paychecks and you're paying that business office to be able to register for your next semester of classes, take your time. I promise you college will be there. It's going absolutely nowhere. If something arises where you can only pay for 2 classes, maybe even just 1 class a semester, do that. I would rather you be able to afford those specific credit hours, pay in cash, pay for whatever books you need to have, go complete that, focus on that class, get good grades because you're not overly stressed out about the debt that you're going to take on, and then just continue to progress that way. It's better off, in my opinion, if you're paying out of pocket, to take 6 years or even 7 years to complete a bachelor's than it is to, hey, I'm going to go through it in 4, but I'm also going to probably graduate with 30 to 60K in student loan debt. Oh, by the way, I can barely make ends meet and I'm still living at home because I don't know how to afford this debt and pay for everything else in life, like, you know, basic necessities. That happens to a lot of students. They will go through traditional 4-year program, and either mom and dad are helping up to the point that they can, and then these students take out these loans, and then they're in a worse place for it once they graduate. I would not want any student to be in that. I know students that they are adults, they have jobs, they may have multiple jobs, they are anywhere from 21 through 26, they're still working through their degree, they may be taking 1 class or 2 classes, and people go, when are you going to graduate? I would be like, when are you paying this bill that is owed to the business office? When you signing that check over? Let me know. That's how I would approach those people. If they are asking you, when are you going to complete school? When are you funding the bill? Because if I don't want to take out student loans, it's none of your business how long I take to complete school. So for all my people that have to deal with that question, that's how I would address it. Quite honestly, you'll find people shut up real quick. Now, for students where your parents are funding school, so they are paying the out-of-pocket costs, and I know people think this is like weird, like how could parents afford to pay cash out of pocket for their student? Well, they were probably smart. They might have started college savings long before their kids were even born, or the second that they were born. They had a 529 savings plan. You know, there are means and ways of doing that. I, at a private institution, legit had a parent, it was during registration, or not registration, I think the, what do we call it? Kind of like, or like pre-orientation, so they hadn't paid the bill yet, but we sat down, we went over what the final bill, the statement would be that would need to be due that first semester before his daughter started freshman year. He looked over it, he said, okay, so $10,000 needs to be paid this semester. Okay, awesome, got you. Nothing to him. Do you know why? Because him and his wife planned ahead for that. They looked at all of the schools, they knew what they could pay out of pocket every single year, and hey, they were set, and that's a great place to be in. So if your parents are paying for school, yes, you do need to be very cognizant of the amount of time that you're spending there, because for most parents, they are going to plan to pay for 4 years of school, which means please don't goof around, don't F off, don't just think it's a big free-for-all, it's a party. Go to some parties, experience life, please gain some social intelligence, but don't just mess around and not really take your grades seriously, not take your courses seriously, not focus on the concentration classes that are really going to get you to where you want to go in your program. Because if you then have to go that additional 5th or 6th year, okay, mom and dad may not be able to pay for that out of pocket, and I think it's only respectful if they are gracious enough to fund for school. They don't have to. This is what people need to understand. You going to college is a choice. You don't have to. There are trade schools you can go to. If you are really charismatic and are great at sales, you can go straight into sales and honestly make anywhere from 40 to 60 grand a year just starting out. You don't have to go to college, so you choosing to go to college, awesome if that's your decision. If your parents can help in any way, awesome, but your parents are quite honestly off the hook when it comes to paying for college. So please don't sit there and try to guilt trip them like you need to do for this. No, they needed to take care of your butt till you were 18 years old. They've done that. If they would still like to be amazing parents and help you pay for school, awesome. If they are letting you know, this is the amount that I have every year to be able to contribute to your education, please plan accordingly. Just do that. I'm not saying you need to feel bad if you have to switch a major. I switched a major, but I made sure that it didn't set me back of having my mom to pay any more out of pocket than what was necessary. So I just want people to keep that in mind. Students, parents, you don't need to feel so obligated to complete things in a short amount of time, because we do that in so many areas of life, not just school, but with sneakers as well. Young adults will see us here on this platform. They will see the collection of shoes that we amassed. It took us some years to do. We didn't just do it overnight. And they think, I gotta have those, and I've gotta have them immediately. So they try to acquire every retro, every trainer, every Yeezy, anything you can think of immediately. And you don't have to. You probably don't have the money to do that. We didn't have the money to get a lot of shoes that we have now. Why do you think we swing back around and pick them up? So I hope this just kind of hits home for some of you younger people. And I'd say even younger than me. If you are younger than 29 and you're still going through school and you're paying for it yourself, it's okay if it's taking a minute. Please don't let people make you feel like you need to then go take on debt to complete this degree. I'd rather you gain all of that work experience, the professional resume, really build that up as you're going through school, because that could put you in the perfect position as soon as you are done with school and that you have that degree. Hey, go in a great position that can work for you. So thank you for watching this video. Hope it helped. You guys can let me know in the comment section any other college related topics you may want to touch on. I am going to do one related to, what was it, the how students spend their student loan refund checks. We're going to touch on that too, but thank you so much. Peace.